Greetings, Sir and Sirettes, and welcome back to Plague Inc. Evolved with me, Lathrix. In today's episode, we're going to be having a look at this particular plague, which I've seen a few times knocking around the new page and the all page, but has never seemed to get any rating. So let's get to the bottom to why this is. I'm hoping it's not because everyone's been disliking it. As always, this will be a blind run, so I haven't got a clue as to what this is. So this is by Brother Cake, who I'm fairly certain I've seen before. This is Satan's Music, as I say. Satan's Music is an energy-based plague, or just an energy plague if I can actually read, which transmits itself through 1970s heavy metal, implanting some subliminal messages that can alter human behaviour and triggering various ear and bowel complaints. Well, that's a nice combination, ear and bowel complaints, so at least you can't hear yourself when you're on the crapper. Joy! Let's press play. We are a prion, okay. Ooh, no genes. We are Satan's Music. Evolution of Satan's Music. This pathogen has no physical form. It exists as pure potential energy, and is able to be transmitted whenever it's converted into kinetic energy. The reproductive medium it prefers is loud, heavy, repetitive sound. Rock bands in the 1970s are moving away from the blues-based sound of the previous decade towards a darker and heavier sound, preferred by this strain of pathogen. It would only take one successful band to infest the world. So I assume that's going to be us then. We are producing a band in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Arabia Satanic Band. Okay, so transmissions we have one. Live performances. The band plays at local venues, helping to build a fan base and spread their music. Symptoms, there's nothing yet, and neither is ability, so I suppose we'll just go straight into that. Okay, we have things now. Irritable bowel syndrome. Abdominal sensitivity and bloating, which causes mild pain and discomfort, and sensitivity to certain foods. Cochlear hypocacias? Damage to the auditory nerve causes an oversensitivity to certain frequencies of sound, resulting in mild headaches and irritability. A lot of severity so far. Okay, so the transmissions don't give us that. Okay, let's have a look at what they actually even are. Studio recordings. Band makes studio recordings, helping to increase their popularity. National tour. Band goes on a tour of local venues, travelling by land to both rural and urban areas, via the power of pigeons. TV appearances. Band gets invited to appear on TV shows, helping to spread their music over the air, especially to urban areas. And finally, radio play, which has the exact same symbol. Lazy. Ugh, honestly. Band gets played on the radio, helping to spread their music over the air, particularly in poor and rural areas, where people can't get to venues. Abilities, we have drums. Drums are the heartbeat of the music, establishing a loud and repetitive beat that makes the band more effective and in wealthy and urban areas. I thought it made the band more wealthy. I'm like, excellent, we're spreading via money. But sadly, no. All my hopes and dreams were crushed that day. Were crushed, rather, and crashed into a wall after being crushed. So transmissions, just go with the cheap one we got now. Yep, studio recording, why not? Leads to merchandising. Band produces merchandising and send it by ship to wealthy countries. Greatly increases their popularity, making them lose some credibility. Oh yeah, less severity. So severity is how much people love us, I suppose? Well, I guess we could be everywhere, and if no one really cares about us, we don't get talked about. Makes some sense to me. Okay, what else do we have then? 1 second, I just need to check a setting or two. Sorry about that. I keep having to swap between Open Broadcaster software with like From the Depths and some other recordings, and Fraps, and the settings are actually completely different, which I need to set up. Just making sure the settings were in Fraps, and they indeed were. Joy to me! I'm going to go with merchandising. The amount of infectivity that gets is loads, even at the cost of a little bit of severity. But we can always get that back with irritable bowel syndrome. Yeah, it's going to be irritable bowel syndrome, why not? Constipation. Infrequent difficult bowel movements which cause pain and discomfort when passing feces. Crepitating bowel erosion. Ugh. Inflammation of the bowel lining which causes mild but persistent irritation. Nice. Really nice. Let's go with constipation because it seems to get us lower faster. Fecal impaction. The lower bowel and rectum become so packed with feces the muscles of the bowel can't push any of it out. And hemorrhoids. I think we all know what hemorrhoids are, but for the sake of everyone, let's read it in joy. Repeated straining to open the bowel leads to inflammation and swelling of blood vessels in the anus, causing pain and occasional rectal bleeding. Ooh, if you're eating, I'm sure you're so happy with your food right now. Transmission. Okay, what's next? Movie deal. Wow, they really don't like us if we do that. Instead, then, let's go on a national tour. We're everywhere currently in Saudi Arabia. Yay! Okay, let's go to the abilities. Okay, drums. That seems to be drug resist. Ooh, subliminal introspection. Add subliminal messages to the music that alter human behaviour, making people hate themselves and engage in obsessive behaviour. Subliminal extrospection. Add subliminal messages in the music that also alter human behaviour, make people hate each other and engage in destructive behaviour. Let's go hate each other. Okay, so I assume that was an unlock because it had no severity or lethality. Subliminal intolerance. People become angry and intolerant over minor details of others' attitude and behaviour. Isn't that already happening in real life? I mean, people are pretty much like that already. Just putting it out there. Sure, why not? Hate each other, guys. Subliminal obsession. People obsessively analyse and criticise their own and or others' habits. And subliminal reprogramming. Ooh. Possibly a win condition. People make, eventually down the line, people make irrational and self-destructive decisions, ending relationships, quitting jobs, and developing an extremely volatile personality. Oh, those crazy rock fellows, always hating each other. I guess we are apparently Satan's music, so there we are. Wow. So you're talking about Satan, various parts of the human anatomy I don't wish to repeat many times, and mind control. American tour. Band goes on a tour of American venues, travelling by air and by land, both in rural and urban areas. Oh, I was hoping you actually teleport us to America. Well, we got there eventually, so let's just say it teleported us there. We're everywhere currently, apparently. People love us. Yay! What else do we have? European tour. Band goes on tour of European venues, travelling by sea and by land, mostly to cold and urban areas. Well, if you're in UK, certainly. Lead guitar, rhythm guitar. Making it harder to research, and lead guitar making it harder to research. Okay. Vocals. Vocals are the soul of the music, establishing its human character and allowing the band's impact on people to change and mutate over time. So mutation chance. Okay, so I'm assuming then transmissions are where I'm getting the resistances from. Certainly. Okay. World tour. Band goes on a tour of international venues by air, by sea and by land, mostly to wealthy and urban. But the problem is I want some more severity at this stage. Let's go with that. Psychopathy. Ooh, people become increasingly abusive, sadistic and violent towards everyone they meet. So maybe the other one will get us a win condition. Which starts on this side, subliminal depression. People become frustrated and recriminating over minor details of their own opinions and behaviour. Ooh, nice. So regardless which way we go, we're being pretty darn evil then, let's face it. I don't really want any more severity just right now. I'll save it for World Tour. Ooh, look at Movie Deal though. I might go for a Movie Deal, just because how much severity we've already got. Okay, Movie Deal, they've lost respect for us, but my word, we are everywhere. Which leads to, yeah, okay, then I'll get World Tour, I suppose. Or should I get more symptoms? No, World Tour. The Love Boat. Band goes on a tour of luxury cruise liners, travelling the seas of the world and visiting every kind of climate. And Superman. Superman uses his super strength to carry the band on tour, flying through the air at supersonic speed to every kind of region. That is a reference, I know it is. I can't remember where from. I know I've heard that reference. I know that reference. I know the band. Can't place it. Error. I'll think about it and I'll remember it later and be really annoyed at myself. And I may put it in the description, maybe. Let's see where depression leads, shall we? I mean, I think it's subliminal commands. Aha! This is going to be the win condition. Okay. If there is a win condition, which I hope there is. I always like win conditions. I always find it more interesting than just killing everyone. Though I do enjoy killing. Oh my word, we're being cured. Okay, we've now got a lead guitar and we have a rhythm guitar. Take that, guys. I should have slowed them down a little bit. Wow, a little bit was exactly how much. Can someone please go to Greenland so we can just get this stuff going? We're not going very fast in cold countries. Oh. Add more top end to the overall sound, making the music significantly more effective in cold and arid environments. Squeakers. Squawkers, rather. Squeakers. Well done, Lathrix. Add more mid-range to the overall sound, making the music more effective in all environments. Don't think we'll need that as long as we're okay. Okay, now we're going fast in Russia. Okay, good. We've also just got to Greenland. Let's see if that is actually a win condition. It isn't a win condition. It's going to be death. Hurt yourself. Oh my word, it's taking a very dark turn. I think I'm going to go just killing each other. As much as killing each other is obviously very dark, something about suicide and being so specific always makes me a little bit cringe-worthy. It's one of the few things that does make me cringe. Okay, psychopathy. People become increasingly abusive, sadistic and violent towards everyone they meet. Serial murderer. Pyromania. Bloody rampage. All the same cost, some of them a lot more efficient than others. I like pyromania. We'll have a look at it when we can afford it. We need 39 to afford it. Okay, so... Bloody rampage. People become bloodthirsty maniacs, murdering hundreds of others in gun-toting rampages through shopping malls, which almost always succeeds. Well, they're very efficient. Serial murderer. People become serial killers, murdering others one by one in slow and terrifying ordeals, which sometimes fails when victims manage to fight back or run away. And finally, pyromaniac. Well, pyromania. People become rapid pyromaniacs. Rampant, I suppose the word looking for there. Setting fire to public buildings and thousands of people inside. Ooh. Which rarely kills in large numbers because most people escape. Okay, let's not kill people, but let's set fire to everything. Also, it has a lot of transmission, so it can get to the edges of Greenland before it starts murdering everyone horribly. It should. I mean, that should be lethal enough to kill. Remember, we are the prion, so it will take some time for things to actually take full effect. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to kill fast enough. I'm now thinking we should have gone with Bloody Rampage. Should have gone with Bloody Rampage? I think we should have gone with Bloody Rampage. Saying that is funny. Yes, it is. Oh dear. Yeah, we're not getting enough killed. Darn, I should have realised. Oh well, so we're clearly going to lose this one, which is a shame. Okay, I'm going to quickly play that again, very, very quickly, and I will come back to you when we're in the victory. Now, I'll have to search for Satan. I mean, it's always fun to search for Satan, isn't it? Let's face it. Hello there, Lucifer, my friend. Let's quickly get into this again. And I'll be back in a second when we're close to actually winning the game. And we are back. Welcome back indeed. So we've got to every country now. We're spreading a lot faster than last time because, of course, this time I knew about the whole cold resistance, and I've got a lot more resistance against the cure. So this time I'm going down a different route, so I'll say what I've done differently, and let's see what else there actually is, first of all. So radio play we've already seen. Oh, actually no, we haven't. Band gets played on the radio, helping it to spread their music over the air, particularly to poor and rural regions. Actually, no, we have read that. Okay, syndication deal. Band gets a syndication deal for their radio and TV appearances, helping to spread their music over the air to all regions of the world. We haven't got that yet, but that's there. Okay, so we had this one. So now, here's things we didn't know existed. Migraine. Noise-induced headaches develop into pounding, throbbing pain on both sides of the head. We have otitis media, inflammation of the nasopharynx. Wow, I can never pronounce that. Leads to unwanted secretions of infected fluid into the middle ear. Well, I don't think you'd really want any of that, would you? Causing earache and a fever. We have ruptured eardrum, a tear in the thymic membrane, causes partial deafness and bleeding into the ear. And then we have the things we're going to have now, which are lethality indeed. We're going to go with this one because it's cheaper though. A rarely fatal benign tumour develops around the cranial nerve, pressing on the brain and causing vertigo, facial numbness and difficulty swallowing, and apparently occasionally lethality. Carcinoma of the temporal bone. Nice. A potentially fatal malignant tumour develops on the mastoid part of the temporal bone, causing profound external deafness accompanied by a strong pulsating sound. I'll go with that one, which doesn't unlock anything. Are you kidding me? Oh. No. You are actually not kidding me. I think we're going to lose. Wow. That's actually kind of astonishing. I mean, I didn't expect that at all. Could we quickly save this? Perhaps since we have some lethality, we might be able to still go down this route. We might be able to save this. In fact, we could do it with mutations, but that's too random. I'm going to save it for DNA and hope for the best. We're going to need way more DNA I think we're going to get, but we could get a bit more. I mean, we're not done yet. We haven't affected the world just yet. I mean, we're still getting DNA here and there. Okay, we've got psychopathy. We need just 42 DNA is how much we need. Of course, once the world is fully infected, I can devolve the transmissions. Didn't expect to end there. I think we'll have to do it in cheat mode as well to have a look exactly how all that works. So now we've infected the world, we can of course devolve all these for 2 DNA each. Which won't be enough, but will certainly help us out a lot. Will it be enough? No, of course not. We can also devolve the earlier symptoms. Which I think will be enough. Wonderful. No, we are going to win. Excellent. That's really weird. So these aren't like... I bet you there's a really powerful one here. So we'll have to look at that afterwards. Just to find out. Bloody Rampage because of the high lethality rate. Let's see if we can kill the world fast. Well, we're getting DNA per kill now. So it is fairly certain we're going to win. Yeah, the world is breaking down fairly quickly. So let's see if we can find out exactly what went wrong there. So... rectal prolapse. You know, I'm not even going to read that. I've had enough of those now. I'm just going to grab it and leave it. We all know what a rectal prolapse is. I don't need to go in detail with it. If you don't know what it is, Google it. Actually, don't Google it. Just assume it's something horrible to do with your bum. And leave it there, sir and sirettes. We don't need to know this. We just need a couple more DNA to unlock that. So let's just evolve some of these. Tweeters and... Subliminal X... Just... Blib, 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 blib. And there we go. So there's all the lethality. Complete pathological collapse, total loss of bowel control, and profound external deafness, leading to an obsessive persecution complex and a consuming psychological hatred of everything and everyone. So that's where the big lethality had to come from. So you had to kind of go down both routes to get it. Of course I didn't know this, so I was aiming randomly. But I think, yeah, it's fairly safe to say the world has died now. They're all either killing themselves, or their ears are basically blowing up. One of the two is happening, and that's leading to utter death to everyone who exists ever. Just need 6 million people to finally perish, and then we can have a quick roundup of what just happened, because this was a very weird one, I've got to admit. And I'm sure offensive to some people, because everyone gets offended somehow these days, sadly. And the word Satan was used at least 50 times. And the word anal was used far too much as well. Anal Satan, the best way to annoy people. Did I enjoy this scenario? Do you really get aggressively accosted now? Apparently, yeah, that update 12 has came to pass, so you can now actually change certain things within the scenario. I haven't looked into it yet completely, so I won't really say anything because I'm not 100% certain. The only thing I will say is I'm fairly certain you can change random events more specifically now, which is very nice. Well, yes, that kind of spoils it, but yes. Once again, let's search for Satan. Hello. Well, I'm writing it up. I actually enjoyed that. It was a bit of a challenge and a bit of a weird one. The English was perfect for, I can only think of one mistake. And it was very complex. Actually, while I'm just talking about, let's just go into the unlimited strain. I won't really talk about what I'm doing, I'll just continue my usual, the end game stuff. I personally, before I even get in there, I'm going to give it 4.5 rock bands out of 5. I think it was actually really, really well done. When I first started it, I honestly had a bit of a worry that it might be a bit too simplistic, but it wasn't, so I'm very happy about that. Wow, you need a lot to get anything from that. That's a bit inefficient. That's one thing I will say. The basic stuff here is not great. Although, oh, it's like a brain almost. Almost. I mean, that's the intention, but that's what I see when I look at that. But I'm just having a look in case we missed anything. It doesn't seem like it. I saw all of these before. Okay. And then all these go to... Oh! Didn't see these two. Psychosomatic. Oh my word, Laughtrix. I know you're dyslexic, but Jesus. People develop an irrational reluctance to go to the toilet in fear that it'll be difficult and painful, which eventually becomes self-fulfilling. Oh, nice. And noise fixation. People develop an irrational urge to shout, scream, and play music at very loud volumes, causing headaches, annoyance, and temporary partial deafness in others, which doesn't cause lethality, but I'm certain caused severity and transmission. Oh, burn yourself, shoot yourself, and hang yourself. Once again, I won't go into details of those, just going to make me cringe a little bit. Not so much like a brain anymore, but very nice shape regardless. So yeah, there's even more than I thought there was. There's so many paths you can go down. I'm very much appreciative of that. I'm actually going to change my mind now. I'm going to give it 4.75 bands out of 5, so some of them don't have a lead guitarist and such. I think it was very good actually. I think it's certainly deserving more than the. Oh, it's got 3 stars now, thanks to me. Woo! I think it certainly deserves more than the 3 stars it currently has just because of me. I think it certainly deserves a playthrough if you're into a bit of a weird one, certainly. And it's the best one I've played in a while, actually, despite the very satanic symbols and such. I think some unique symbols would be very nice, as in unique plague icons would be cool, and perhaps an actual win condition. But of course, that isn't necessary in every single plague, and I think it's already so packed, I'm not even going to downvote it for that. Random events are off. It's hard for me not to give it 5, but I think the hurting yourself and stuff was a bit too cringeworthy for me, just because of the details it was going into was a bit here and there for me. As I say, it's one of the only things which does make me cringe. But I enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the episode as much as I've enjoyed playing it, and I hope to see you next time. And if you could take 5 seconds to hit the like button, leave a comment, a favourite, share, it all helps out me, helps out the channel, and makes me feel good inside. Which is why we're here, isn't it, Stern Threats? For my enjoyment. Thank you very much for watching, Stern Threats. Hope to see you next time. Have a nice day, and do take care.